There was a young man walking down the beach. He was throwing starfish that were marooned on the sandbank in the water. An old man came and, seeing his apparently useless work he was doing, he asked, "Young man, what are you doing?" "Can't you see? I'm throwing starfish back in the ocean," he replied. The old man laughed. "Do you know how many millions are stranded like this? What's the point in throwing one starfish after the other?" The young man didn't stop. He picked up another starfish from the sand and, throwing it back into the ocean, he said, "I don't care how many millions are there, but I did make a difference to that one." Freedom Trust stands for Foundation for the Rehabilitation, Education and Empowerment of the Disabled of Madras. The mission of Freedom Trust is to limit the disability of economically backward people with a desire to improve their quality of life and make them independent. The primary activity of Freedom Trust this far has been to organize camps for the disabled. A camp typically organized in a rural setting where locomotor handicapped people are brought and appliances given to enhance their mobility. More than 50 such camps have been organized and over 1,300 poor disabled people have received mobility aids like wheelchair, tricycles and calipers. As on 2004, the Trust extended training and scholarships to special children in fields of music, dance, sports and drawing. This project, called Shishu Punah Janmam, focuses on the special talents of differently abled children. The Freedom Trust, a charitable trust, was registered in 1997 by Dr. Sundar, physiotherapist, a rehabilitation professional himself.
A camp is a model of delivery of rehab care. We all know that if a person is disabled, he can go to a hospital or later on to an inpatient rehab center and so on. But what happens in remote villages or where there is no medical facility, let alone rehab facilities? I went to a camp in Madurai and I found a person with a below knee amputation. He came crawling to the camp and I asked him, listen, somebody has removed your leg, somebody has amputated you. Why are you still crawling? He says, how can I go all the way back to a city or a town and get a limb fitted? The message I took from this was, though we are able to do the immediate care, you've amputated the limb, you've saved the life of the head injured person, you've resuscitated the person with stroke, that's not the end of it. The person needs some appliances and he has no access to even an artificial limb. Now it's shameful to see a person with below knee amputation crawling, because he can walk, he can run. Fitted with the right limb, he can even climb a tree. A camp sometimes is attended by sometimes over 200 people. In Madurai, I had 215, and I think I must have done more work in that camp than I've ever done in a single day of my working life. But it was very satisfying, because during that few minutes or few hours of contact with the disabled people, we were able to impart some amount of awareness about their disability and also prescribe them where required some appliances. They are sometimes very clear. I need to go from this place to that place, and therefore you must give me a wheelchair or a tricycle. And there are people who can't even afford that.